Now that we've talked about constructing a rectangle, we're going to talk about constructing a rhombus, once again off of a part of its definition. So we know a rhombus has 4 congruent sides, perpendicular diagonals, and diagonals that are angle bisectors. We're going to take advantage of those perpendicular diagonals because just like with the rectangles, they're easier to draw. So if I need my diagonals to be perpendicular, then first thing that needs to happen is I need a segment, and I am going to draw the perpendicular bisector to this segment so that I have I can make perpendicular diagonals. In which case I'm going to draw this perpendicular bisector. And when I draw my perpendicular bisector through, I'm going to make it extra long because I'm going to cut off some of it later anyways. So what I know now is that this diagonal right here is actually already cut into 2 congruent segments, and I just need to make sure that for my rhombus I break my perpendicular bisector into 2 congruent segments, in which case I'll use a slider to measure out some distance. Notice that I do not care if these 2 segments are congruent to these 2 segments, because that is not one of the rules of the diagonals of a rhombus. We know the diagonals of a rhombus have to bisect each other because a rhombus is a parallelogram at the end of the day, and parallelograms always have diagonals that bisect each other. So all I need to know right now is that I have 90-degree angles being made with my diagonals, and the diagonals are now bisecting each other. And if I have that, then that is enough for me to create my rhombus by connecting the endpoints of this shape I've drawn. Once you connect the dots, you can erase the excess. You can add labels if you want to let people know it's a rhombus by indicating that all 4 sides are congruent to each other. And that's a rhombus.